Hello again everybody and welcome back to a new tutorial. I'm Alvise, your plugin buddy. If you have ever needed a form that adapts based on user inputs, or to show a phone field only if someone selects call me back, or display different questions based on a drop-down selection, then I have the right plugin for you. With conditional fields from Dynamic Content for Elementor, you can create smart dynamic forms in Elementor Pro that show or hide fields in real time. So, no page reload and no coding required. Let's see how it works. Okay, here we have an example of form where several conditional fields have been used. Like here, for example, where a field appears only when phone is selected, or another one here where the fields can be visible only if we select this checkbox. Or another one like here where the conditional fields appears only if these two options are selected. And now I'll show you how to get to this result. First of all, open any Elementor Pro Form widget and click on a field that you want to edit. When you click on it, you'll see there's a new tab called Conditions. And inside of it, there's three options. The first one is always visible, so the field will always be visible no matter what. And then there are the two options, show if and hide if. With show if, the field will appear when the condition is true, while with hide if, the field is hidden when the condition is true. And if you click on any of these two, you'll see that a new section will appear, which is condition expressions, where you can enter your conditions. Now that we know how the conditional fields work, we can start with the first example I showed you before, which is the drop-down selection that enables the phone field over here. So to do that, we select the contact field, and as you can see, there's the label contact. And over here in type, I selected this select option. In advanced, I did the ID contact underscore method. And finally, to have these three options, email, phone, and both, I went over here under options. I wrote down the three selections. Then, after that, I go over the phone field. After writing down the label phone, I selected the type tell. In conditions, I clicked on show if, and under condition expressions, I wrote down contact method equals phone. So the field appears if I select phone, or if I select both, contact method equals both. For the second example, where company name field appears when the checkbox is checked, I simply created a new item number 4. Then I went under type, I selected the acceptance type, and in acceptance text, I wrote down I'm contacting on behalf of a company, and going to advanced, I typed company under the ID field. After that, I created this new field, company name. I labeled it and selected the text type. And finally, under conditions, I clicked on show if, first of all in conditions, and under expressions, I typed down company. So the field will appear every time that the checkbox is selected. With our third example, instead, we're going to deal with a case where we have multiple choices, but only one of them will allow the field to appear. So we create a new item, and we select the type checkbox, and then we create the options that we want. Like in this case, we have 4 options, and in advanced, we name the ID topic. Then we create a new field that I labeled please specify, and with the type text. And under conditions, I wrote these expressions. So whether other is inside the array topic, the please specify field will appear. We can also combine several conditions. Like before, I showed you that this field could appear only if I selected the other option, but also I'm contacting on behalf of a company. So in this case, I would add and company. So in this way, the please specify field could appear only if these two options are true. If you want at least one of these conditions to be true, then we would change to or. And if you don't want to write the expressions manually, then the conditions generator is the right tool for you. With this tool, you can create the expression just by selecting on the drop-down selections over here, and the tool creates the expressions for you. So you just have to copy and paste it in the conditions fields in Elementor. So to recap, Conditional Fields helps you to show or hide fields based on the user input, to use simple expressions with field IDs, and thanks to the conditions generator you can build the expressions visually. And all of this happens in real time, so no page reloads and no code needed. And we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Elementor tips, and see you next time.